All right, people, what is going on? Jumping into the last game of the day, Untouchables versus LES. Now, this is going to be a little different. First of all, Untouchables coming in with their number 6 draft pick in Corey, former YMM quarterback, obviously still, but he threw for YMM here. Last time Corey was here in the regular season, he ended the season breaking the all-time touchdown record, throwing 23 touchdown passes, running in 26 total touchdowns. So he came in with that record, and he was their draft pick in the first round. Second round, they got BG. They didn't have a third round pick. They made a trade with Street Fam and was able to get Slasher to bring him back to the team. And that is something that they really needed to do. They said they wanted his leadership, and they're also playing for Ruben, so they wanted to bring the crew together, as well as they drafted BG in the second round. What does that say about this team coming in? They got Joe Blow. They got Buck. He's not here today, but they got a lot of several different players. They also have Alvaro as a leader. They got Sherm, but they also have Adi, the former league quarterback of the year, leading them, coaching them this season. What do you think about the team?
I think that this is a team on a mission. This is a team that's willing to prove a point. Obviously, they're dedicating this season to to Ruben, which is definitely understandable. That's a big loss for them. But obviously, this is another debut. Well, I would say a return of Slasher, not only to Untouchables, but to the UFL, because he's been gone for the last couple years. Everybody knows his story and what happened with him. But now his return is something that is here to prove a point that Slasher is still that guy that can play, that can dominate in this league. He left this league as a championship MVP with IOD, and now he's showing that he can still do that with this Untouchables team. So I guess it was just right for them to go out to get him and make sure they did whatever they had to make sure they were able to secure him to make this return to this Untouchables team.
And they faced the LES team who struggled last year as far as offense. When you look at their offense last season, their offense was ranked 13th in scoring, 14th overall. So they had a lot of issues scoring. I believe they were 7th when JJ was the starting quarterback. So he's not really known for the offense in this league, but defensively, they were second in total defense, first in defense efficiency. So they stopped more teams than they gave up points efficiency. That's why they was number 1. But they also gave up the second least points in the league, led by Joel, definitely capable defender, led by Spud, who we see is moving more to the offensive side, and their draft picks. They go with Jay Will in the first round, and they go with Kenny in the second round. Unfortunately, neither one of them players is going to be here. But what they do is they pull a deal with Primetime, and they get Primetime's number 3 pick, Sal, number third overall pick, third round pick in Sal, who's going to be here today. That gives JJ another weapon on this LES team. They got a guy like Mo. Like I said, they already got you already said they got Spud, a very capable guy, sound on the defense. This team is very tricky, and it's definitely a team that you got to talk about. And JJ is at the helm. Now everybody wants to see what JJ could do with all his talent on his team.
And the thing about JJ is, he's another quarterback that gets criticism. Is he good enough to lead this team? I think you made comparisons last season with him and Angel stats, and you said that there weren't no real differences between them with how many games that they played with them starting. But one thing I could say is it's been a while since this LES team in this league had someone as dynamic as Sal, out there being a weapon for someone like JJ. And I think that that's one thing that can make a difference for this LES team. I think JJ has a lot of pieces on this team that can make things happen as well already. I think Mo is a good pickup for this team, a very aggressive two-way player, decent receiver, very good rushing the quarterback as well, capable defender. You have Simon, who's always a good tight end for a quarterback to have. They did lose Santana and Ice last season, but they picked up Sal to replace him. They have a couple other picks, players on defense that can help.
Jay Will and Jay Will and Kenny.
Yes, Jay Will and Kenny, who's not here. That's why I didn't really mention them yet, because they're not able to add to this team today. So you got to only analyze what's on the field. Hopefully, it's enough to challenge and ultimately defeat this this Untouchables team.
And I think Spud is the X factor. He's showing that he's capable of being a top offensive player, and he's definitely a guy that plays with a chip on his shoulder, who I think he always feels like he's disrespected. All right, we're gonna jump right in the game. On the throw off, PJ is gonna get the ball. He's gonna run up the gap. Two players gonna miss the tag. PJ is gonna run all the way back down the field into the end zone for the touchdown. Derek gets a 2-point conversion. 8-zip. Untouchable start off right away. Tell me what you saw on this kick return.
And I just saw one. I say a key block here by Slasher. A key block here by missing. I'm gonna highlight him because I'm blanking on his name right now. But two key blocks here as PJ is able to run up the gaps. They both miss clearly, and he's able to run on the sideline for that touchdown. You see Coach Bills was upset, saying that how did they miss that call? He believed that they got tagged. But if you look at this play, they both clearly miss PJ as he runs through the gap and run down the sideline for that score. That's an impressive way to start the game, making your special teams a factor in this game to put the first points on the board.
Another great call by the official. Officials got killed for this. They thought it was a tag, whatever. You see it clear as day, these are misses. JJ gets the ball for his LES offense. First down, JJ on 4 rush. Runs on the sideline for a decent game. Mo is flagged for the block in the back, bringing him backyard. Third down, JJ is blitzed by Ricky. Rolls right, throws assignment in the middle for a nice game. Ricky, another guy we didn't talk about, who joined this Untouchables team, brings a lot of leadership and championship pedigree to this team. But JJ's able to find his main man, Simon, a guy you just spoke about, for a nice game. Fourth down, JJ is going to throw the ball in the middle, incomplete, turnover downs. They're not able to capitalize on Simon's good catch, and they get stopped. Once again, we see their offense lacking, and they're not able to score points.
And this is unfortunate, knowing that the special teams of Untouchables leaded the charge with that touchdown in that last drive. And JJ and this offense is not able to respond here. That's not a good look for your momentum. Now you're giving your defense an uphill battle. Now they're facing Corey for the first time. Are they prepared for it? We don't know, but that's why your offense is supposed to start to strike first, and they're not able to do it here.
Corey will block him from Slasher, throws a Derek in the gap for a decent game. Third down, Corey blitzed by Mo, blocked by Ricky, who runs on the sideline for a decent game. Listen, Corey's showing that he can run too. Remember, that guy had 3 touchdown runs his last season in UFL. The guy can run. Decent game there. Fourth down, Corey throws a slash in the back in the end zone. Picked off by Mo. LES gets flagged for blocking the back on the return, but it's still an interception. Corey on his debut as an Untouchables draft pick throws an interception. Tell me what you think about the pick.
And this was him here just not being able to read the defense. I don't think this was a good accurate throw. I don't think he saw the defenders there in the vicinity waiting for that pass to be thrown to Slasher, and they were able to anticipate that throw, and they were able to make a play on it. First time playing with this team, trying to get himself fit into this team and get comfortable. Obviously here, you don't see him right away getting comfortable, and he makes his first mistake throwing an interception there.
JJ gets the ball on second down and 4 rush. He runs in the gap for a decent game. Third down, JJ's blitzed by Ricky, who's blocked by Book. Throws to Simon, cutting on the sideline for a decent game, picking up the first down. Good block by Book, picking up Ricky. JJ then throws Sal open in the gap for a decent game, getting him to the 30-yard line. JJ throws a Spud on the sideline, moving him to the 10. He's moving the ball, getting into old guys in Spud, new guys in Sal, moving the ball. Fourth down, JJ finds Spud in the front of the end zone, run a touchdown. 8-6, if you look here, Spud beats Joe Proclaim inside and scores a touchdown. I said it before, Spud is the X factor. He didn't play a lot of offense in the first season. I think now he's one of their main stars. He's showing what he can do, and he gets in the end zone for a touchdown.
And the thing about it is, Angel quarterbacked in the last season with this LES team. So I don't think he was familiar with Spud's play on offense. So he didn't use him as much. But JJ, this is his teammate. So he knows exactly what he can do. And he's able to use him to the best of his ability. Spud, who he himself said he's not 100% in his game, but he's doing his best to help this offense, and he's able to get into the end zone for their first score of the game.
First down, Corey's going to take a shot downfield to PJ. Open in the gap, caught in the end zone for the touchdown. 14-6, untouchable score. If you look here, LeBoy and Sal don't catch PJ cutting in the front of them, and he scored. This is why they went to get the former league MVP. These are the things that he could do. I like to call him Drew Brees because he spreads the ball around to everybody and he's very accurate. But he's showing the ability to go downfield. Great throw by Corey. PJ's second touchdown of the game. The same way we're talking about Sport on one side, got to add PJ on another. They score. Great touchdown pass by Corey.
And the funny thing that had me laughing is, you see here, Ricky giving him time to make that throw here. Always there to protect them. And you have G and the YMM guys on the sideline yelling, saying that they got that Corey's a loan to them. He's a loan to them, and they got to bring him back intact. But that had me laugh there. But Corey bringing his talents to this Untouchables team, able to take apart the mistakes that this LES team made with those two defenders there, with Sal and LeBoy not communicating. They let PJ go right by them, and PJ's able to score the second touchdown, his first actually on offense here.
After getting the first down, JJ throws the Sal on the sideline, getting near the 10-yard line. If you look here, corners leaving too much space on the sideline. Listen, this is why JJ made the draft pick. This is why he gave away his next year pick to Tiki to get Sal. You know what the Rams said when they won the Super Bowl? F them picks. And that's what they did. They went and got Sal. He's a very underrated offensive player, and he makes a big play here, helping JJ move the ball. Second down, with blocking from Joel. JJ finds Mo cutting in front of the end zone for the touchdown, and he gets the interception. But it's 14-12. Raiders get back in the game. If you look here, when you give JJ time, he can score points. He's comfortable in the pocket and gets back and scores right back, showing Corey, whatever you can do, I can do.
Now, he's not doing it perfect because he's leaving some points on the board with these missed extra points. And these things come to bite you later. But at the end of the day, he's still putting up points. This is the second touchdown, keeping his team in the game. He's throwing with confidence. He's able to run. This is the JJ that they needed last year. And they have him this year. He has some more weapons. He has Sal there. He has Spud there. He's finally getting to the end zone confident. Mo already had an interception. Now he has a touchdown, doing things on both sides of the field. This team is fighting, and this team is looking to go down with the wire with this Untouchables team.
Second down after a short pass, Corey throws to Sherm in the gap, who runs on the sideline for a big gain and the first down, stopping the clock. Sherman's another X factor. If you give this guy the ball in space, he can make things happen, showing to give Corey another weapon. Fourth and goal. After two short passes, Corey finds PJ in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, PJ beats LeBoy as he cuts outside and scores a touchdown. BG gets the extra point, 21-12. And right now, PJ is treating LeBoy like a little boy. He already scored the first time in his vicinity. Now he scores again in the vicinity. And I love the fact that Corey is capable of breaking down information, knowing the mismatches, and attacking it. He throws his second touchdown of the day. JJ scores. Corey scores right back. So Corey score, JJ score, Corey score. It's going crazy right now. It's a halftime, 21-12.
But this is the one thing I can say about Corey right here. He has proven why many people that was analyzing the draft thought that he was going to go number one in the draft.
Yep.
This is why. Because he's a quarterback that not only has the arm, he not only has the talent, but he has the mind to understand and break down the defense and understand who to attack. And he is attacking LeBoy right now. He has a target right on LeBoy. As you see here, I'm going to put the target right on him. It's in red, right there. That's the target. And Corey's going right at him, knowing that he can't keep up with PJ. They got to make adjustments because right here, this isn't working, and Corey is taking advantage of it for PJ's second offensive touchdown of the day. He already has 3 in the first half. counting the special teams touchdown.
If I'm LES, listen, I like the way we're doing it. JJ showing the ability to be the quarterback he was destined to be. He's showing it this season. He already has been scoring points up and early. So I like where we're going with it. We have to find a way on defense to slow down Corey, get him out of his rhythm, because right now it looks like it's going to be a shootout. It's going to come down to making one stop. We're going to jump into the second half. Second down, JJ throws deep to Sal, who has a step in Andy in the gap, caught in the end zone for the touchdown, 21-20. LES jumps right back into the game. They're still chasing, but they're back into the game. Listen, JJ has scored on his last 3 possessions. And don't you think that getting Sal look like a good deal right now?
It does look like a good deal.
Maybe scratching his head like this.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have kept this guy on my team, because he's playing defense, something that Tiki does know nothing about. And he's playing offense and showing the capability of making plays and giving JJ another offensive weapon to go with Spud, to go with Simon. Shout to him right now. And remember, they don't even got their first round pick, Jay Will, here. So yeah. JJ's definitely showing the ability, scoring on his last 3 possessions.
And this is how you want to play. Now, again, I'm going to mention it again. They miss an extra point again. And what are they down by? They're down by 3 points. All missed extra points. That's something I'm going to keep pointing out in this game. But JJ is still putting the ball in the end zone. He's using Sal right now, which is something that's very well appreciated for this team. I'm sure that they're liking that. And that he's able to pick apart this Untouchables defense that doesn't look like they're much in this game. They're not necessarily locking up, and JJ's taking advantage of it with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
After getting the first down, Corey's blitzed by Spud, rolls left, throws to Sherm on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. During the free play, Corey will block it from Ricky, throws it to Derek in the end zone. Derek can't hold on to it, incomplete, offsides on the giver. They're going to replay the down. Corey with blocking from Ricky, throws a slasher in the middle, picked off by Joel, who pitches it to Mo. Mo's going to shake Corey and PJ and run for a nice game, getting him to the 40-yard line. Corey's 2nd interception of the day. Listen, at the end of the day, I think both interceptions that Corey threw, he was trying to get the ball to Slasher.
Trying to
get Slasher involved in the game, but Slasher him does not got that rhythm yet, and it's causing him picks, and that's hurting you. Joel with a great interception. Joel's not known as a guy who gets a lot of interceptions, but he's capable of making it. You see he makes the pitch, and Mo has been hot all day. Gets a big gain on this. Definitely shout to this defense. Gets the ball back to JJ.
And even though I can say that they're not necessarily, they're looking like the same defense as last year, they're giving up a lot of points in this game. But that doesn't take away the fact that they're able to make plays when they need to make them and get their offense back on the field. This is another play that Mo is involved in. He's playing big this game, and you see Joel's football IQ, knows where to go and know how to get to this ball and make that play. So shout out to the defense. They're playing as best as they can in a shootout game, and they're able to give JJ yet another possession here.
This defense was 10th in interceptions last year, and they already got 2. It's definitely upgrading their defense. JJ gets the ball. Second down, JJ on 4 rush, throws a spot in the middle of the end zone, caught in the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Spud beats Sherm step for step and steps up for the pass. Right now, Raiders take the lead 24-21. Listen, Spud is showing his ability to be a game player, a game breaker. Sherman is a good defender. Spud was better than him, and JJ finds him. JJ has scored on his last 4 possessions. Definitely doesn't look like the team of last year. Great play by JJ.
And the thing about it is, we already know in this league, it's very hard to score. And if JJ is showing that he can score 4 times in a row, that's him answering a lot of questions that some people have. Yes, this is only 1 game, but he's able to respond and score every time he's given an opportunity to in the last 4 possessions. This is a guy that is on a mission, and he's right now keep trying his best to keep his team in the game. He's doing just that right now.
Right now, you're going to have Untouchables getting the ball back 4 and out. Corey throws a Sherm for a short game. Mo makes a tag, and then Mo curses and gets ejected from the game. giving a former league MVP a 15-yard penalty. That is a killer. Definitely big play on Mo, but in a negative way. Corey's going to throw the slasher on the sideline, get him to the 10. Finally getting slasher involved in the passing attack. Then Corey throws the Sherm on the sideline, knocked away by D'Angelo. That's going to take us a 4th down. Corey will block it from Ricky. Finds Derek in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. 27-24. This is why they got Corey. Because even though he threw an interception on his last possession, the dude shows the capability of making plays when he needs to, when the game is on the line and they take a lead. Great play by Corey there.
And one thing I could say that I mentioned before when we spoke about the draft is, I was worried about who's going to protect Corey if they don't have G there. We figured at first that G was going to be a package deal with Corey. That came off as not being the case. G stayed with Jeremy to defend their title. So we like, who's going to defend Corey? Then Ricky comes in. Former Bark of the Year, here to sit here and protect in the pocket. He's just as good, if not better than the best of them here. Protecting the quarterback, giving Corey that much time to score, scoring his 3rd touchdown, looking comfortable in the pocket. Yes, he made a few mistakes, but when Corey has time, he's able to put games away, and that's exactly what he's in a position to do here with this touchdown here.
JJ gets the ball, trying to end the game. Remember, right now, they're only chasing 3. 3rd down, the 2 short passes to JJ on 4 rush. Throws aside in the middle. High sails on it, picked off by BG. Ending the game, Untouchables come away with the win, 27-24.
I would say this was an exciting offensive game. This was not an expected offensive game that turned out this way. And again, I have to put my foot in my mouth. I didn't know that JJ was going to play this well. I'm going to tell you this, though. He wasn't perfect. He came up short because, yes, he scored 4 times in a row. But know that he missed every single extra point opportunity. These games, extra points matter. Extra points win games. So, again, I'm not going to kill him, but he has to understand that extra points win games. And when you don't make them, it can make all the difference in the world. And it did that in this game. They only lost by 3 points. So 3 of those 4 touchdowns, if he had an extra point each of them, this would at least be a tie game. Score all 4, he will be winning. So at the end of the day, these are difference makers. Overall, he played well. Unfortunately for the LES Raiders, that wasn't enough to beat the Untouchables.
All right, let me take this over because we can wrap this up and end the show real quick. Untouchables, Corey was 3 of 5, and he had a kick return in the beginning. He looked decent, made some mistakes. I think he's trying to get Slasher back involved in the passing attack, and he threw 2 interceptions trying to get Slasher the ball. That could be understandable. You give him props, but Corey got to learn. Sometimes you got to go the other way and go to other players and not continue to force the ball to this receiving core. But at the end of the day, this team looks like an elite team that's prepared to win. One thing they got to watch for, this defense played horrible. JJ was able to score 3 possessions in a row. They did get an interception when they needed it, but JJ scored 4 touchdowns in a row.
Yeah.
That's the key. They got to figure that out, especially Alvaro, and watch Joe Blow. He didn't look happy. They kind of benched him in that game. That's something we need to watch. On the other side, LES. Look, they showed that they made upgrades on the offense. Sal coming in. This team looks great offensively. Their defense was horrible. This was the number 2 ranked defense last year. They did not look like it. They have to fix whatever's broken because Corey was able to move the ball all around the yard. They have to find a way to fix that real quick. If they want to be taken serious, they got to find a way to make plays. Yeah. So we're going to wrap this one up with this one, 27-24. Untouchables come away with the win. We're going to go through real quick your scores. Real quick, I'll go over your scores. You give me your picks really quick, and we'll go from there for this week. And then we'll wrap up the show. Last week, you had PME beating Primetime 18-13. PME ended up winning 22-14. So you was right with the win, but you was wrong with the points. Then you had UTF beating Don't Sleep 8-7. UTF did win, but it was 27-12. Once again, right with the team, wrong with the points. Then you had Street Fan beating Rep City 20-7. That was wrong. Rep City ended up winning 7-0 on that game, so you got that one wrong. You have Monarchs beating DG 28-14. Monarchs did win, but it was 21-20. Then you had Untouchables beating LES 21-20. The score was 27-21, but you got that right in the win. So right now you start off 4 out of 5. So I would say right now you are 4-1 with your picks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you the teams right now. You give me your picks so we can wrap up the show.
I see I see a two-score win by PME. I see them winning, I would say 28-14 or 28-13, I would say, because I don't see JJ being able to play as well against the defense of PME. They have a lot of defensive weapons on that PME team. So I think that JJ may be able to score, but it won't be as efficient as he was in this game, and they're going to have a 2-score win for PME.
DG versus Untouchables.
DG versus Untouchables.
Corey against Chuck.
Yes, that's going to be a good game. It really is. So the way that DG played this game, I kind of worry, but I think I see them winning. I think I see them winning 21-14. I think I see DG. I think I see DG coming away with the win. I think because
21-14?
21-14, yes. At least a 1-score game.
I think something to look for is Damo pressure Chuck all day.
Yeah.
And Ricky's going, I see Untouchables putting Ricky on defense to bring in the blitz, and we might as well see two brothers go at it with Ricky against Dirt, because I don't think Hollywood's going to be at this game, so Dirt is going to be forced to block. That's a matchup we definitely want to see.
My thing is, the only reason why I say it's going to be a little bit different, because Chuck is not going to have Damo putting pressure on him on every drive in this game.
Ricky can do it, though.
Ricky can do it, but I'm going to argue and say Ricky is not as consistent as Damo, because Ricky is not a ball giver. That's not his position. That's not what he plays. So he's not going to be able to put consistent pressure on Chuck the way that Damo is. So Damo did, and that's why that's going to be a difference maker in the end.
Street Fan versus Monarchs.
Street Fan versus Monarchs. I don't see Street Fan fixing their problems anytime soon. I'm really worried about this team. So I think I see them scoring at least 7 points this game. They're going to get a touchdown, but ultimately they're going to lose that game 20-7.
Don't Sleep versus Primetime.
Don't Sleep versus Primetime. I like the way
you possibly have Reem and Lil facing their team.
Yeah. And I like
their former team.
Both quarterbacks, I like that they were confident walking in and walking out of the game.
But so they both lost.
Yes, they both lost. Yes, that's the thing. So now they have more to prove in this game. So I think that this game is going to be more of them performing and trying to prove a point. But I see Primetime edging away with a 1-score win. I would say 14-7. Both quarterbacks are not going to come out playing great. They're going to probably start being able to do things in the end, but it's going to be too late for Don't Sleep, and they're going to lose by 1 score.
UTF versus Rep City. Jeremy suspended. So you might see Yomi or Stevie starting.
Yomi and Stevie starting, I think that that's going to hurt this UTF team really big. Not going to say that they're going to be as efficient as scoring. So I see them scoring twice, maybe. But I think I see Rep City edging away with a close game by maybe by extra point. Maybe I think 16. No, I would say 14-13. I think that Rep City has an opportunity to edge away with the win, only because I feel like Tommy is starting to get into the rhythm with this team, and I think he's going to be able to surprise them with a win this game.
All right, Ghost right now is 4-1. Let's see if he keeps his winning going. We're going to wrap this one up. We want to thank y'all guys for joining us on the episode of Real Tough Talk. We're going to see y'all guys next week as your host of Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J, my partner Ghost. We'll see y'all guys soon. Next week on the show. Enjoy. We'll talk to y'all soon. We out of here. Much love, guys. We out.